it's rather like, you know, when we make movies here about the major civil rights moments or things that have happened where there was violence, and it's very integral to us, 9/11, those kinds of things that are very much a part of our history, and we all have a high emotional attachment to. This event is like that for Australians. And so for him to be able to play this storied, famous journalist is like a big deal, you know, for him. It's a huge part for him to get. And it's what I love to work on, because those parts are career changing, number one, award nominating, number two, and also because they're tough. You know, to just sit there and hold and be creating a real person. People saw the actual footage, they've seen it over and over and over again in their lives, and now here's an actor doing something that's truly iconic in their culture, and he's got to recreate this moment as an actor, not a fan, to be true to history and still be an actor and be himself in it. That's what I love to work on. Those challenges where you aren't just, you know, pretending to be another person that is all some acting requires, but that acting where it has to be filled with a reality in a moment that can only come from you, and yet you've got the challenge of creating a character, and sometimes, like in this case, the challenge of a character that everybody knows almost personally. You know, it's like playing an American president. You know, that to play a real president's a tough job, because we know these guys. We know exactly how they are. So when you've got to recreate that as an actor, not a fictional president, but a real one, that's a really challenging acting job. And so I was happy that whatever we did here in terms of this work and the acting class contributed to his being able to have this big moment. And I think it's going to be a pretty major bump in his career, and he was doing okay in Australia to begin with, but I mean, I think this is going to push him into that echelon of the 8 or 10 Australian guys that get offered everything. And I'm really happy about that. I love that. And so I wanted to, especially tonight, call to your attention the fact that in supporting the acting classes, Ken and I asked Jen to take this job on a few years ago to really make sure that people were guided into the acting classes in the best possible way. So over time, not only because she's participated as a student in those, but because she's dealt with so many of you integrating into that, she's become really like a guidance counselor in terms of helping you assess your reasons to want to come in there, how to best use it, what time to allow yourself in it, what to expect from it, a little bit about what kinds of things to bring to it. And she takes a really personal interest in making sure that experience is as rich for you as possible, and that the investment pays off 10 times what you spend in terms of money and time. And that's what I want from it. That's the goal I set for myself, is that the time you give me, the money you give me to participate in it, rolls out in your career 10 times, 100 times what you offered to us to be a part of it. So Jen is there to help coordinate that for you and to make sure that happens for you. And take advantage of that, because she's there to answer all those questions and to help guide you at the right time in the right way and all that. So take advantage of that. All right. That, I think, let me check.
Sam, what's the name of that movie?
You know,
Bill,
I knew, do you know?
Billabo, something, the 5 Billabo or something like
Yeah,
that.
the 5 of Billabo, which refers, I think, to
The Billabo 5.
the Billabo 5. Yeah, that's
The
it.
Australian one?
Yeah, because Billabo, I think, is the area of Timor in which this whole thing happened.
B-I-L, Billy-I-Bo, Bo-I-Bo.
Billabo. That's, I'm glad you
B-O.
remembered that.
And do you know that I just realized Damon was the first person I ever booked into acting class. That's crazy, I just
Isn't it?
realized that, yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Okay, good. That's